third quarter of action. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Across the formation, he finds Ruckert. And the Lions are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at second and goal.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on first and goal.
Second and 1. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you...
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sims. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era. We think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Great effort by Alex Singleton as he finishes that play off. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up second and 12. This is caught. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it.
On play action, they'll throw. And that's complete. It's Sims. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. They'll look to throw here. He'll air this one out deep for Sims. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Steps away. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Now it looks like he'll throw here. That's caught left side, Ruckert with it. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Well, this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience. Yeah, they thought it, and it certainly came to fruition, didn't it? They've been dominant in so many ways in this one. If you weren't paying attention to this group before, you certainly are now after seeing this type of victory from them.
Here's a handoff to Connor. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself.
On the set. Let's go. On 3rd down, it's Connor. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game.
The partner under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Ford Field.
This is the player card. This is your development. Here are a player's motivations. How will your team allow...
Oh, I hear you guys talking about Victory Monday. Only one way to get that. Let's see some hustle out there. We got a big game on Sunday.
Here we go, here we go! Check go! Let's go now! Get up! Ready!
It's week 2 of the NFL preseason, where depth charts and playbooks will be put to the test. It's the Jaguars and the Lions, and it comes your way next.
So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. Now a first carry here for Robinson. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
23 yards the pickup there.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. They're going to look to throw. He'll get this to Jennings over the middle. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Brian Robinson Jr., 22 yards. And the Lions will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
That is taken in by Hurst. Touchdown. David Hurst, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation,
so the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
they'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
It will be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one good for 26 and a first down. Back to throw here. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A big play there on the catch and run. 37 yards. They'll drop to throw. So the offense set to take the field here. They will have the football with less than a minute to go in the first half. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this second quarter. But I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the... So we are in the final minute now of the first half as this offense gets ready to take over. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a minute. Week 2 of the preseason. These two coaching staffs are likely using this game as their dress rehearsal for the regular season. So some final adjustments being made. And for the call of the second half, we send it back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely.
On one, ready? 11, 11, 11. Here we go, here we go.
Now the veteran workhorse. Here's James Conner. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup. Past the 30 to the 32.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2nd and 3. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
Sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. This is Conner running right. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. They'll set up a throw. That is caught. It's Uzomah. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. He'll look to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And it's caught. And the Lions are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And in for the Lions touchdown. Now the offense back out onto the field as they'll take over here in the final minute of this third quarter. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
He was trying to get that one out to his running back out of the backfield, but that one was read and timed perfectly, and they were able to break it up.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. Got an open man, that's C.J. Uzomah. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Back to throw. Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. 12 more yards there and another first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on first and goal. They'll run here with Connor. And he takes this one in for the Lions touchdown. It's a tie game as we drop you back in and the offense gets set to take over. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Second and 15. And his throw is incomplete. This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game, but a critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had, because those haven't been great, but they get a few more quality ones like that. That can finish things off for them.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. And we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. So, Charles, this is a game that certainly had some intrigue, but I think you and I both agree. We like the decision to not play overtime in preseason and just call it a draw.
Partner, I want to meet the person who disagrees with this decision, and I just wonder what took so long for the league to arrive at this conclusion. They put the
fellas, we've got to have a great practice today. There's no other option. We've got 17 weeks, we strap it up, and we get better each week. This is one of those times you got to take advantage of it, all right? So let's get at it.
Let's go. Go. Okay, break. Check go. On the set. Get up. Come on, set. Ready, ready. Ready. Hot, hot. Set. Ready. Set. Ready. Ready. Set. Hut.
All right, man, let's go. Bring it in tight. All right, let me tell you something. Championship teams have one thing in common: great practice habits. Today was a great practice, and if we do that every day, there's no reason we can't win a championship.
The third and final week of the preseason is here. A fourth exhibition.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays and kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Again, he'll drop to throw. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Back to throw again. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. First down, he'll drop to throw it. Open receiver here, complete, it's Parker. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. They're going to look to throw.
Open man is Jerron Jennings.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter.
Thrown to Parker, complete on the slant. And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the 1st quarter. The Lions with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. As they come up now, 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw again. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. These offensive starters still out there in the 2nd quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the 3rd quarter, if not all the way through.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the 3rd quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the 4th quarter.
He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Start it out. Robinson. There he goes left side.
And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35.
A big play there for Detroit. 42 yards. Now, he may not be the top guy in the league, but he shows right there, and we know it. He's got the big playability.
And he's showing it to us right now because he's letting the league know he's going to be there when the regular season begins. He uses preseason as not just an audition, but preparation. He's ready to play.
Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
On play action, they'll throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Looking to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. They go play action here on 1st down.
Targets Parker, and he's got him on the crossing route.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Any questions of how they'd approach this drive were answered right there. They come out throwing, and they get a nice pickup here toward the end of the 1st half.
60 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this 1st half.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
A good pickup there, a 22.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage one play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Being chased out left, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A 5-yard.
Let's go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. That'll be caught by Parker. He's going to be brought down there in the field of play. And the clock will run, no timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report.
We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory. In our game, expect to see the starters for at least one more drive. Something to look forward to as we get you back out to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis. Both of these coaching staffs with some big decisions to make coming up as the preseason draws to a close. The second half is going to be filled with a lot of evaluation. And to bring it your way, we go back to Brandon Gaudin.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Second down and a run by Robinson. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big-time throw on 4th.
Now, that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there and making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's 4th down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent.
But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Detroit. Brian Robinson Jr., 51 yards. And the Lions are able to add on to that lead.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
At 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And got his man complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big pickup of 38.
Another big play right there. And this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, third down here. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 15-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Robinson gets the toss on the right side.
Hey, running on me.
Three quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4.
On one, ready?
2nd and 7. A first throw for the backup Burrow. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Out is Tucker McCann now to try the field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. McCann's kick is good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right?
Here we go. Here we go. 11.
First down. Here's Burrow, eluding the pressure right. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. Out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's caught by Sims. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Back to throw here. And his throw here's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. The throw taken in by Sims. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 17-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown.
Here we go.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. Room here to run. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That good for 22 and a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. But they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. looks like he'll throw here. He'll get this one to Galladay. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. On the handoff, Connor. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Now a 2nd and 6.
He'll drop to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown. Kenny Galladay. They start the drive with Connor. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 49 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell him to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
Today's a work day, gentlemen, and you know what that means? We got to get better today. What I want to know is, who's ready to work? I'm ready to work. Are you ready to work? If you are, then go out and prove it to me. Show me what you got. Shut up!
Let's go for gold.
Meeting your season goal comes with higher rewards, but also higher risk.
It's Matt. Ready up. Let's go.
They'll come out throwing here on first down.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Well, this is a tough spot for these Lions on the road in Arrowhead to start the year, but it's also, you'd have to say, Charles, a showcase opportunity for them because this is a team that historically hasn't gotten a lot of big opportunities like this.
And when they have gotten them, they haven't really delivered. This is a team, though, that believes that big things are out there for them, and they think that they can start to write a new history, beginning with this game right here.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT. Now a 2nd and 10.
Back to throw again.
That's out wide here for Robinson.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
They'll look to throw again. And that will be incomplete. The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there, and now it's 4th down.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. On play action, they'll throw. And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with the football. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop.
Now, that's just simply good coaching and excellent technique on that play. You know why? Because everyone...
Now the second-year man from Alabama, it's Brian Robinson.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. They'll set up a throw. Buying time to his left. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on first down. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. He'll look to throw. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And that's good for a gain of 6. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, he'll to throw.
And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a second time. Now meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness. They begin the drive with Robinson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
The throw here caught by Devontae Parker and brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Robinson up the middle. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Here's 2nd and 4 from the 24.
A play action fake. They'll look to throw. That is caught. It's Uzomah. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. He was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Hayden Hurst, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Lions have cut it back within a score.
This is why a lot of play callers love play action in this spot. You just want to freeze the linebackers just...
Here we go, here we go. Let's go.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll set up to throw. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. 2nd down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. He'll look to throw. And the Chiefs are going to get him.
Holding. Offense.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it. Brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. They've been burned twice already on fourth down, but the third time's the charm as they keep the drive moving.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now brings up 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big...
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he was looking for Parker, but it's intercepted. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Hurst. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1. A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump-off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Robinson is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line.
That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. And in for the Lions, touchdown.
Brian Robinson.
To throw now on first down.
Over the middle, he's got Parker.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down. They'll look to throw. His pass caught at the 4. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Robinson will try to pick it up.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. His throw incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
2nd and 10. He's going to try and take off with it.
Now he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2.
Holding. Offense.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try to move forward. Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
They'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Lions turned away. They'll look to throw here on first down. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
So a nice throw there. And, CD, I'd have to think you've been impressed with what you've seen thus far here in his debut.
Now, you know me well. I have been impressed because what I've seen is him starting to understand how to play the game in a short amount of time. The dazzling plays, they'll come with experience. But right now, we're seeing him handle the game, make all the smart plays, and the right reads.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
And again, that's Hurst.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And this is caught. Jennings. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 36.
Hand off now to Robinson.
Stays on his feet. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
60 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Now back to throw. On the move to his left. 10. That one checks all the boxes, doesn't it? You get the first down, check. Get out of bounds, stop the clock, check.
Well, how about one last check? Keep your quarterback from getting hit. That's a big check.
Yeah, check there as well. Good call. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He'll get this to Conner underneath. Touchdown! James Conner, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie.
Let's go now.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On first and 10, it's Robinson.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this is caught. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll set up a throw. And in for the Lions touchdown. CJ.
Well, partner, tonight was a great way to kick the season off. That before the game, probably as much pomp and circumstance to start a season as I can ever remember. And this is just game one of many to come. Sitting next to you, really looking forward to it.
As am I. Great to be back in booth with you for another season.
Bring your lunch pails, fellas. I need to see that workman attitude today. We got to get better today. What I want to know is, who's ready to get better? I'm ready to work today. You ready to work? You ready to work? All right, then let's see it. Let's get out there and do it.
big boy britches. This is for gold. Go! Going for gold. Go! Ready? Shut up! Hunt! Let's go! Come on, set! Ready? Ready! Hot, hot! Set! Ready! Ready!
All right, man, let's go. Bring it in tight. All right, let me tell you something. Championship teams have one thing in common: great practice habits. Today was a great practice, and if we do that every day, there's no reason we can't win a championship.
It's week 2 of the National Football League, and our focus is on the Lions' rookie quarterback. You can't ask for much more than his last game, a 5-touchdown effort. It's the Lions and the Hawks, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 24.
Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002.
Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Detroit Lions.
Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what you're...
So this offense will head back out there, already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. They'll come out throwing here on first down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
On play action, they'll throw.
Over the middle, he finds Higgins. Touchdown!
And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. They go play action here on first down. Going deep here for Parker. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
You talk about this Seahawk defense.
Right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom, Charles.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make, because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll early. Chip away at their timing.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll send Parker in motion right. Looking to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second.
Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take-that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
And this is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Touchdown, Detroit.
T. Higgins.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Lions take the block field goal and convert it.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on.
He's got a man, complete.
He's still on his feet. Devontae Parker.
And in for the Lions, touchdown. Devontae Parker, his first touchdown of the new season.
And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, partner, I mean, if anybody was still questioning whether or not he had an NFL caliber arm, I think you can toss that right out the window. That was a heck of a throw right there.
I would agree totally. Question it no more. This rookie...
All right, the offense back on the field here. Let's see what they can do on this play. Now a play fake here on first down. Open receiver here, complete. It's Parker. And And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
They'll run again here with Robinson.
Down the sideline he goes.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Brian Robinson.
So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
There's Sam Hubbard that time in there to bring him to the ground. Boy, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge. That's a penalty as well. Sometimes you overset, they'll come inside of you. That's what speed does. It disrupts an offense. And right now, you've got to pay attention to this edge rusher on every single down.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They'll run for it with Robinson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That's a tough spot for a running back coming out of the backfield because you know he's got to look for the football, knowing full well he's got a man coming his way, full steam, and he broke that one up.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 26. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
So everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. Getting set to go again on offense, here's Devontae Parker now.
Second half begins with a run by Robinson.
And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
On the give, here's Robinson.
result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
On third down, Robinson.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
104 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Rolling to his right. And this one is incomplete.
As quarterbacks like to do, he pushed it downfield on that throw. But I think that since he was outside the pocket and there was open space, it would have been a good time for his first carry of the game.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he'll spot Higgins open left side. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 22-yard line. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
Back to the ground with Robinson.
And bulldozing his way through. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. On first down, he'll drop to throw.
Over the middle, he's got Parker.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards, the final tally. Back to throw here. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game, and I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
So fourth quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Sam Hubbard picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did. Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
How about them biting off 15 yards there on the fourth down attempt and keeping the drive alive? On the run, it's Robinson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
147 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd and 3.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy.
Touchdown! Jerome Jennings, 51 yards. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They begin the drive with Robinson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10.
Back to Robinson now on first down.
Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Again, it's Robinson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
2nd and a couple.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Forced out to his left. That's going to be caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Pressure comes, and down he goes.
Drew Sanders
in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. That is taken in by Hurst. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain of 32 that time.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. But that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance. I got nothing after that try.
Yeah, don't even try.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously,
I hear you guys talking about Victory Monday. Only one way to get that. Let's see some hustle out there. We got a big game on Sunday.
Ready? Ready? Set. Ready? Here we go, here we go! Hut. Let's go now! Go! Down! Check go! Okay, ready? Get up! Get up! Ready, ready? Ready, ready? Hot, hot! Here we go, shot! Ready? Okay, break! Ready? Let's go! Hut! Come on, set! Go! Ready? Set, go! Set! Get up! On the set! Ready, ready? Set! Ready! Hot, hot! Set! Ready? 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 Here we go, here we go! Hut! Let's go now! Go! Down! Check go!
Hey, man, that was great. I mean, you had a great day today. You've taken the first steps towards success in this league. But don't fall back and get lazy. There's more steps ahead, so you got to keep it up.
It's week 3 of the National Football League, and our focus is on the Lions' rookie quarterback. He got his reps in a week ago, over 400 yards.
Now the second-year man from Alabama, it's Brian Robinson.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Check in on the numbers last week for Robinson.
He was creeping up toward 200 yards, thought he was going to get there, didn't quite make it, but also 2 rushing touchdowns.
And even if he only got about half those numbers this week, his team would take it in a heartbeat, wouldn't they? Because last week, he was spectacular.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Hayden Hurst, former first-round pick, the intended target.
And it's 3rd and short.
You talk about this Falcon defense.
They find themselves just a couple of spots outside of the top 10 defending the pass, number 12 in the league.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the number 1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the passing game even more. They've got to do both.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
The Lions at 2-0 here to begin the season, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And the throw here caught by Devontae Parker. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. They'll look to throw. He'll find Parker again, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Second down and a run by Robinson.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Brian Robinson Jr. with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
You get in a second and long situation down here in the red zone.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
That one taken in by T. Higgins.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Parker unable to get that one, and it's second down.
You talk about this Falcon defense.
They find themselves just a couple of spots outside of the top 10 defending the pass, number 12 in the league.
Yeah, this has been a good defense, but they're going to have to really prove it in this one because guess what? They're facing the number 1 passing offense in the NFL. It's definitely a prove-it day for them.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle. These two teams all tied after one.
Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're going to try and throw. Looking deep for Jennings.
All right, rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Julian Love. And the Falcons will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have it.
They start on the ground with Robinson here.
And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Second and 6.
In trouble, and he's taken down.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
So here's a 3rd and 14.
On play action, they'll throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. He's across midfield. Down the left sideline. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15.
A big play there on the catch and run. 68 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Robinson up the middle.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And the defense loses him. It's complete.
And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35.
A big play there just before halftime. 43 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run here with Robinson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
60 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
And he takes this one in for the Lions touchdown. A great play there as the first half is winding down.
And the Lions have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
They go play action here on first down. Open man is Uzomah. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
I'll
tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 26. A nice pickup of 17 yards. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10.
Hand off now to Robinson.
Trucks over him. Pushing through the contact. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And in for the Lions touchdown. Hayden Hurst.
And Jennings will go in motion right.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Open receiver here, complete, it's Parker. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Well, they were backed up to start the drive, but how about that aggressiveness? Firing it downfield right away. Nice job there getting out towards what would have been their normal starting position.
Delay of game, offense.
Well, you got to think Charles Outwin's on the quarterback as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. Now a play fake here on 1st down.
That one complete to Parker.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They run. Robinson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
96 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
This pass complete to Higgins. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It's another zone defense that looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Dancing to his left. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. Fourth down now, but he was fortunate on that one, not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Now first and goal. They'll run with Robinson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Back to throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Oh, what a play. You got to use one of those timeouts.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner, although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken
Fellas, we've got to have a great practice today. There's no other option. We've got 17 weeks, we strap it up, and we get better each week.
Ready? Set. Hut.
for gold.
Hey, you know what, man? That was pretty dang good. And you know what's really scary? It gets me even more excited. We're only scratching the surface of our potential.
Ready, ready? Ready, ready? Hot, hot. Here we go, shot. Ready. Let's go. Ready.
All right, you've got one shot left. We are going for gold.
Hut.
Hey, man, that was great. I mean, you had a great day today. You've taken the first steps towards success in this league. But don't fall back and get lazy.
Go. Set. Check go. Set. Ready. Get up. Set. Ready, ready. Here we
All
go,
right,
here we go.
this one's for all the marbles.
Hut, hut.
This is for gold.
Hey, man, listen. Great job today. It was a step in the right direction for you and this team. And as long as you keep moving in the right direction, we're going to be just fine.
It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and we'll see Miles Sanders. He had a nice effort a week ago with a pair of touchdowns. It's the Packers and the Lions on Thursday night primetime.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over.
Let's go now.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. The numbers in last week's bowl game for Robinson. North of 100 yards, the two scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. You look at this Packers defense.
They've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
And it's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is the #1 overall passing team in the NFL, but it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
So opening drive, third down, they complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, the ball should be there, and then they can do some work afterwards.
On first and 10, it's Robinson. Down to the 42, second down. The Lions at 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they were looking good until last week's loss took them from the ranks of the unbeaten.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting this team to push the 72 Dolphins, but still, you got to take a lot of positives from this first month. If they can bounce back and move to 3-1, they'll be pretty well set up for the remainder of the season to follow.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
Here we go, set.
They'll set up a throw.
To the sideline and incomplete. Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Packer pressure, and down he goes.
Michael Dana.
Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down.
On now, Tucker McCann.
From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. It's headed right, it's no good. He misses wide of the upright, and this will remain a scoreless game. That opening drive looked good for a moment there. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Robinson on a give right side. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. You look at this Packers defense.
They've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
Gets by him, and now a little daylight.
Still going.
Touchdown, Detroit.
His 6th rushing touchdown on the year, number 8 overall. And the Lions have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be out of bounds right at about the 10-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. You know, when we talk about runners, all right, on running plays, runs after contact, we call that getting dirty yards, tough, gritty ones. To me, that's like the version of a dirty pass. He knows he's going to get smacked, yet still delivers the football and picks up good yardage.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
Open man is Jauan Jennings.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. In motion, the tight end. They'll run it now with Robinson.
And burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 60 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
So a PI call going to cost him there defensively. What did you see?
Well, I think it's the right call, partner, because sometimes we'll see officials kind of let them play. But by the letter of the law,
touchdown! Jauan Jennings.
So this offense will head back out there, already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. On play action, they'll throw. Flush to his right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
He'll fire this complete to Hurst down the field.
A big play there for Detroit. And even 60 yards.
Let's just call it as we just saw it right there, a breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. So the offense set to take the field here. They will have the football with less than a minute to go in the 1st half. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
And we'll jump right over halftime and keep the game going here in Week 4. 2nd half kickoff ready to go.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the 3rd quarter. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The Packer off.
All right, after the touchdown, this offense back out there to see what they can do. They'll have a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up.
They're going to look to throw.
And this will be swung out here for counter.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
They'll run this one right with Robinson.
You ain't doing nothing today.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
66 yards rushing for him now to this point. Here now, 2nd and 4.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
And that's complete downfield to Parker. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds.
A big play there for Detroit. 51 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll drop to throw. Out to his left. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown.
Juwan Jennings
from 3 yards out.
And the Lions have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. From the gun, a give to Conner. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Big stop on the turnover on downs to get the football back, and now it's just all about salting this one away.
Yeah, just slowly bleed the clock.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. The rookie was trying to push it down. They begin on the ground here with Conner. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And this is caught. Jennings.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That one goes for 24 yards. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Steps away to his left. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down. Now back to throw. Open man is Uzomah. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. They go play action here on 1st down.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
You ain't going nowhere.
And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Now a play fake here on first down. Being chased out left. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, no surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. He'll drop to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And in for the Lions touchdown.
Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles's defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides,